Hey, this is Tristan Bull here. Welcome to Six Figure Empires. Now, this program is a more of an advanced program that's going to teach you how you can create businesses that generate multiple six figures per year. Now, this program really does build off the back of the Summertime Profits program. So I really hope that you've gone through that and then you've put that to work, because in this course I'm going to teach you some more advanced strategies, some advanced methods, and some business principles that you can use and apply to what you already have and really scale up. The great thing about this program is it's going to teach you how you can really, break that six-figure barrier and go beyond. And the cool thing is that you can automate the majority of it. Okay, so again, welcome to the program. Really happy that you're here. Really happy to get started. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so how to make more money. Obviously, that's something that we all want once we have a successful business, once we get up and running, once we sort of hit that point where, okay, we make enough money to, not have to do a 9-to-5 job. Naturally, our human instinct is like, okay, so how can we make more of this? Now, the obvious answer is do more of what is already working. So if you already have something working, and again, this is based off the Summertime Profits program, so take what you already have and do more of it. See, the trick to $1 million isn't one huge business. It's multiple six-figure businesses. And this can be simply, multiple six-figure products. So you really don't, there's sort of a misconception that you need to have this huge, gigantic empire with, hundreds of employees and stuff like that to hit $1 million. You really don't. You just need to have multiple products. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. Multiple products, multiple little sequences. So in all honesty, the quickest way to double your income, literally double your income, is to create another product. When I first got started, if I could just tell you a short little story here, when I first got started, when I first had my real success, I had a simple little ebook. It was a 10-page ebook, and I built a website around that. I was sending traffic and building a list and selling this program from this website, and I was making about $5,000 a month. And I got to the point where I was like, okay, this is great. How can I scale that? And my initial thought was, how can I take this website and make $10,000 a month from it? But then I realized that the quickest way was to just create another website. So I created another product and built a website around it, and pretty much almost instantly doubled my income because I simply replicated what the first website was doing. So I literally just copied the exact same process, had the squeeze page, had the list, had the product, had everything that I was doing, almost the identical autoresponder sequence. It was just relevant to the new product, and it almost instantly doubled my income. So that was when I realized, oh, this is how you do it. And now at $10,000 a month, that's a six-figure per year business. So I was making six figures from two tiny little websites with two little products. Just doing that on a consistent basis. So it really isn't that difficult to create a six-figure business. You don't need to have this huge, gigantic empire where you have to do a whole lot of work and generate, 10, 20, 50,000 people, visitors per month to actually break, to break into that six-figure bracket. Simply create multiple smaller end products, and then your total will be, what you're looking for. So the first step is to add more products to your arsenal. Okay, so you want to have multiple mini launch campaigns in your email sequence. Now, what I mean by that, I'm talking about the Summertime Profits program. So in that program, I taught you how you could create these tiny little evergreen ongoing launch sequences that got people engaged, got people excited, built that rapport, built that trust, and switched it on to autopilot by putting it through the autoresponder sequence. So what you want to do is you want to do multiple little launch sequences. You want to have multiple products doing these multiple launch campaigns. So then as you get enough people into your system and as time passes, you're going to have everybody going through this thing. So as I said, in the Summertime Profits program, eventually you want to have it be launch day for everyone. So every day is a launch day for someone, is what I should say there. So then you have all these people going through these multiple different launches, and the quickest way to do that is to have multiple products. Now, I want to talk about something that I believe is important, and it's a bit of a misconception and a real hurdle for a lot of people. You don't need to reinvent the wheel here. I'm talking about creating multiple $20 products, so cheap little 10-page reports that you can quickly and easily crank out and just sell them for 20 bucks each. Don't make the mistake of what I call the one and only mistake. Now, this is where someone comes in and they decide that they're going to create this huge, massive product that's going to solve every single possible problem known to man. And what happens is they get overwhelmed, they get too bogged down, and it takes them too long to actually get the product out. I've seen this happen. You know, I've been a coach, a personal coach for years now, and there's one of the biggest problems that I face. People sit there and they try and make this awesome product, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting to do that. But the fact is, it's going to be more profitable for you to simply create products in chunk sizes. So what you want to do here is basically whip out little products, you know, simple 10-page products, almost like white papers, you know, simple little reports, and just charge 20 bucks for them. You want to do this on subtopics of your niche, okay? So let's take the internet marketing niche, for example. You know, that's a huge niche because there's multiple sub-niches that fall under that. So under the umbrella of internet marketing, you know, you have things like traffic generation, product creation, list building, SEO. I mean, those four topics right there are huge in itself. And then you can actually break them down and have sub-niches within those. So let's take traffic, for example. You have, you know, free traffic, paid traffic, social media traffic, banner advertising, solo ads, press releases, radio interviews, TV interviews. I mean, all those things. What's that, like 5, 6, 7, 8 products, 8 topics that I just listed then off the top of my head. You know, those could all be little mini products where you could quickly and easily create these little reports. So, you know, whip up a simple 10-page report on how to set up an autoresponder. Okay, so you could, and here's the thing, you target your specific market. So you say, hey, okay, say I'm going to have a simple little product that's going to teach you how to set up your first list. Okay, so you're targeting people who don't have a list yet. Simple. And you say, look, by the end of the report, you're going to have your first autoresponder set up, ready to you know, have a list. So you really don't need to create like a full blown. I'm going to teach you how you can build, you know, a list of 20,000 people in 3 minutes. You don't need to do that. You just need to whip out helpful, useful little reports and charge, you know, cheap money for them, 20 bucks, and you'll make a lot of money. So I think I've hammered that point in enough. So what's going to happen is you're going to have what I like to call automatic money collectors. You're going to be basically building an army of $20 products that bring you money day in and day out. So the whole purpose of this is to crank these out quickly as possible and add them to your autoresponder sequence. Sorry. So I want to teach you what I call the quick 2-step launch. Basically, you want to do this for $20 products. So what you want to do is, as you remember in the Summertime Profits program, I talked about how you set up an automatic launch. Basically, you know, we build rapport, we give them free stuff, we you know, do a whole lot of psychological emails that get them engaged and get them all excited and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to do that for these type of products because they're just quick and easy type of things that we're going to bang out and get paid for. So the process is extremely easy. What we do is we announce that we have something coming out that will do X, Y, Z, and then we launch it 3 days later. Okay, so for the autoresponder example, we say, hey, we send out an email, which we automatically put into our sequence. We say, hey, I have this new product. Basically, it's going to teach you how you can get up and running with an autoresponder, how you can build your first list, and how you can start promoting to get, you know, people onto your list. It's gonna, and then you just say it's going to come out soon, so keep an eye out for it. Then 3 days later, launch it. Okay, so those simple little emails that say, you know, benefits, here it is. And it's a simple $20 product. It's not a big, huge thing. It's easy. It's a, you know, it's a no-brainer type of purchase. And you have multiple little $20 products. So I'll show you my little extremely fancy graphical timeline here. So basically, what the red little squares represent are the Summertime Profits campaigns. Okay, so we talked about how you have a product around the $47 range when we do this little launch. We build scarcity and excitement, anticipation, all that kind of stuff. So the red little squares on this timeline are those. And at the end of that course, I said you want to create multiple little products like that. So those red squares represent them. The little black square thingies, those are these $20 little products. Okay, so you want to whip out multiple little $20 products and have the simple two-step launch process where you just go bang, I have this coming out, keep an eye for it, bang, here it is, go for it, it's only 20 bucks, right? So then what happens is when someone goes through that entire sequence, they're going to, your lifetime value of a customer is going to increase simply because you have more stuff to sell. Okay, by the mere fact that they're going to have, go through this whole entire sequence, there's more money up for grabs. So what you want to do is crank out as many of these little $20 reports as you possibly can, then add them to your autoresponder sequence. Now, this shouldn't take you more than an hour to create, one little 10-page report. Very, very simple. It's only a 2-email process. Okay, so you whip out the report based on the summertime profits that I taught you how to do that. Use that method. You whip the report out. You write one email saying, hey, I have a new product coming out that's going to do this, this, and this. Keep an eye out for it. Then you write another email that says, hey, my new product that does this and this is ready. You can click here to purchase. And then you just copy and paste that into your autoresponder, and you do that multiple times. Okay? Very, very easy. Very, very simple to do. Now, this is all building to something bigger. Okay, so it's, trust me, we're just getting started here. All of this is going to lead to something much, much bigger that's going to make you a lot of money, down the track, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We have a few other things that I need to discuss with you first, but overall, I just want to give you the simple answer to making more money: have more stuff to sell, and these $20 products, they will become your bread and butter, because they will make you a lot of money, because it's a simple little $20 product. It's not a huge amount of money, and they're easy to crank out, they're easy to produce, and then you whip them into your autoresponder. Then everybody goes through that whole sequence, and these little things can make you $200, $300, $400, $500 per day once you get everybody up and running into your sequence, into your funnel. Very, very easy. One of my little secret weapons, if you will. I mean, I don't even do full-blown launches with these. These are purely for the people who jump on my list. They get these little white paper reports. Extremely effective, made me tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, just from these tiny little $20 reports. So that's my little first method, if you will. Go out, crank these out, and add them to your autoresponder sequence, and you will see almost an instant boost in your income. All right. So I'll talk to you soon.